Hello, hello, and hi everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Reality Check Podcast, where tea is served and checks are dispersed, honey. I am Diana, you should already know, and we again are missing Mare. Somebody go knock on Mare's door and be like, you better come back soon. But Mare's a little busy, so she should be joining us soon. But right now, you got me. So today I actually want to do something just a little teeny bit different than what we typically do. So we have been wrapped up in Love is Blind, but now that the Love is Blind season is over, let's go ahead and dive back into Housewives. And right now we have Real Housewives of Potomac, Real Housewives of New York, and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City that are airing right now. So what I want to try is doing a live review. So watching it, unfortunately because of copyright laws, I cannot put what I'm watching on screen, but y'all will hear it. So the goal is that I will watch it and give you a live and immediate reaction. So because of Love is Blind, I have a little bit of catching up to do. So I'm just going to cover some major scenes from all 3 episodes, and we'll see what we can do here. All right, y'all. So bear with me. And at the end of this, please let me know your thoughts and what you think about this style of review. And if you prefer this to others. And we're just going to try some new things and see what's going to work. Okay? But before we do, you already know we have a tradition here at Reality Check Podcast. And you better get your tea. And that's for you to pause right here. Grab something that you're going to sip on while you're listening. And sip a little something nice, okay? So, welcome back to What Are You Drinking? So, since I don't have anyone to ask, what are you drinking? I'm going to ask you, the audience, what are you drinking in this moment? Comment below whatever platform you're listening to this on and let us know what you're drinking as you're listening to this episode. I am actually drinking some wine. So, yes, cheers. Okay, so right now I'm about to review Real Housewives of Potomac, and I'm going to review episode 2 of season 9, and this is the scene where Gizelle and Wendy meet up to hash out their issues or whatever. So, oh Lord, I don't have many expectations, but let's try.
We have a reservation for 2.
Okay.
Bryant.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Hello.
Okie dokie. Okay. Good afternoon.
That okie dokie was like, don't want to do this, but here we are. Okay. It's not starting off so great, Gizelle.
Hold on one second.
Not the hold on and you make her wait. What is this?
I smell gas. I'm gonna smell gas.
Don't smell gas? Not gas like car gas, but gas like fart gas. Like, hey, it don't smell like that to you?
No.
Okay.
I see feathers.
Yes, I
Okay.
came with feathers.
Does this mean we're flying away?
It means we are coming with open arms.
You know, the one thing that I'm thinking about as I'm watching this scene, it's very interesting for me to watch Potomac as well as it was very interesting for me to also watch Love is Blind DC. Because I'm local to the DMV area, I see a lot of places that I know on screen, and the restaurant that they're sitting at is actually a restaurant that I frequent quite a bit. It's pretty good too, so it's interesting because the person that served them also has served me, so it's a little weird watching them in my restaurant, I feel like. And from what I understand, these two also don't live close to this restaurant, so it's interesting that they're here, but hey, we move.
Oh, okay.
Ciao. Hell has frozen over. Because Gizelle has invited me to this lunch. The same Gizelle that told me not to touch her.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No,
I just want to say hi.
Yeah, no touching.
Okay. That Gizelle has invited me to lunch. I'm gonna see what you coming with, Gizelle.
Let's order some food first. How
Thank
about
you
that?
for lunch. But as I am inching closer towards 40, I am open to see where this conversation goes.
I'm glad Wendy's open because I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm glad that Wendy's open because it's going to take me a little bit more to get there. Because this woman quite literally terrorized you. She alienated you. She isolated you. She started rumors about you and your man. Gizelle has been the worst. So I'm glad that Wendy can find a way to move forward because I'm struggling to find that place. As a viewer, I'm really struggling to find that place. So I'm glad that Wendy can. Let's see.
Hello, welcome in. What can I get you guys started with?
I would like a Diet Coke.
Diet Coke?
Do you have like, I don't want to do a soda, don't want to do alcohol.
A high dish would be fruity and sweet.
Let's do that.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
I got you.
What kind of oysters do you guys have?
We have oysters from 2 different places, one from Maine and we have one from local.
Dozen of those.
What about the trout crab? It's actually very good.
All right, I'll do it.
Okay, let's do the branzino. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
So, Wendy.
Yes.
I'm not coming to this conversation with any isms, any nothing. I feel like whatever.
This is code for... This is Gizelle code for don't tell me that I'm a colorist. Don't tell me about colorism or anything like that. I don't want to hear that. That's what basically she's saying about she's not coming with any isms. She wants to avoid that conversation altogether. That's what that means by I'm not coming with any isms. If we cannot acknowledge the wrong that we have done in the way that Gizelle is expecting Wendy to acknowledge her wrong, then this is pointless. If we cannot acknowledge the way in which Gizelle has perpetuated colorist characteristics, because I know her people are going to come for me and tell me, oh, colorism isn't real, whatever nonsense they're going to say. Listen, whether you believe it or not, that's your business. From my standpoint and from my view, Gizelle has been a colorist. Gizelle has been very dangerous and very harmful from my perspective. If Gizelle cannot acknowledge the fact that she has perpetuated colorist behavior or colorist characteristics, then what are we doing? But she's already blocking that and making sure that she sets that boundary early on with Wendy that I don't want to hear it. If I were Wendy, I would just get up and walk out because what are we doing? It's pointless.
You feel I want to listen to, and hopefully it'll be reciprocated.
Okay.
But when I think about us, I have felt like when you're fine, you're fine. When you're angry, it's like I'm coming at you very condescending, and that has always just been like nothing that I like.
Excuse me, I'm
Yes,
so sorry
sir.
to disturb. So we're actually out of the branzino for tonight. Would you like anything else?
I'll do the trout.
Thank you.
Okay. Why are you eating it like that? You're supposed to shuck it. Like,
I don't do
following
that.
you.
I don't do that.
Oh, why?
Because a lot of times it doesn't come off the neck.
You eat it like that?
Yeah.
That looks a mess. Okay.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
We're being honest.
So
We're being honest. Okay.
there's no room for friendship when you're talking to somebody in a demeaning way. That's all I'm saying.
I can receive that. However, it's unfair.
I see what the editors try to do there. I really do see what they try to do there. So they have this little moment that's very light where Gizelle ordered oysters and she's eating oysters. And Wendy criticizes the way in which Gizelle is eating the oysters. Now, here's what I think. Because some people will use, I think the editors are trying to use that as an example to kind of give credence to Giselle's claim that Wendy is condescending when she's like in an argument with somebody, right? So I think that was slick. That was very slick of the editors or the producers to try to put that in there, right? But here's the thing, is you have to understand at that point, understand who Wendy is as a friend to somebody. I can easily see if Wendy is sitting down with one of her good girlfriends and they're kikiing about these oysters that they're about to eat. And Wendy's seeing something different that she's never seen before, and somebody's eating oysters in a way that she has never seen before. And she says to them, "Girl, you look a mess. What are you doing?" I could easily see that, right? In this case, this dynamic is different because her and Gizelle are actually talking to get to a good place. So it's a little tricky in this specific dynamic. And you can tell it didn't sit right with Gizelle. So the editors used that to kind of give credence to her claim that Wendy is condescending. I see what happened there. But I actually really don't think that it was malicious for Wendy to say that. I think that she was trying to... This is an awkward lunch. They're both being awkward. They both don't know what to say to each other. Because I believe that this is production coded. This is production induced. This is not something that I think Gizelle and Wendy both said we need to sit down and talk. No. No, ma'am. This is specifically production that sat these two women down and said, it's either you talk to each other and move on, or you guys can go by. Because the producers are tired of the audience coming for them, telling them they're tired of watching people that don't want to move on. That's what I believe. So that's what's happening here, because these two women, I don't think they like each other. They still don't even follow each other on Instagram. So what are we actually talking about?
In a demeaning way. That's all I'm saying.
I can receive that. However, it's unfair to police how we respond to things, especially when someone came knocking at your door.
Gizelle told me how there is this fabricated article about Eddie having an affair or something.
The life you're living now is exactly God paying you back for all the bullshit you've done.
No. I'm not trying to police how you respond to people.
Okay.
I'm just saying I don't like it.
And I received that. And in all fairness, I can say I do not like the way I feel like you sometimes try to alienate people.
Let's pause right there, child. These people are going to drive me mad. Because I don't know if it's production. I don't know if it's the editors. I don't know if it's Gizelle. I don't know who it is. But this is ridiculous. The fact that they edited this to be this. Wendy said something that was incredibly important here. Wendy specifically said, I think it's unfair for you to police how I respond to your rubbish. I think it's unfair for you to police how I respond to your nonsense. I think it's unfair for you to police how I respond to your stupidity. Did you catch that, T? Respond to your stupidity. And that's something I think in society that we have completely forgotten. And that's something in society that I think that has completely gone over people's heads. Cause and effect. Action and reaction. Gizelle started with the whole Eddie rumors. Wendy responded in telling her, the life that you live in now is God paying you back for all the BS that you've done. They go at it at the reunion. Gizelle tells her, or Wendy tells Gizelle, the tummy tuck that you have or whatever is, did you keep Jamal? So Gizelle is now upset, saying that Wendy is condescending. You cannot, sorry, this is just, it's amazing to me that there's no acknowledgement on Gizelle's end for what she has done to start and antagonize somebody's reaction. Because again, they would still most likely probably be friends had Gizelle not started with Eddie rumors. Wendy would not have room to be condescending had Gizelle not started with Eddie rumors. There would be no room for that. So the very thing that Gizelle is saying that she does not like, she could have avoided by not bringing these Eddie rumors to our screen.
Okay.
How she come to my event and she didn't even say hi to me?
Okay, so I'm glad you brought it up. If I don't like, I don't want to speak to you.
Okay.
And I will say to you,
This conversation is pissing me off. How is it that Gizelle's response is allowed to be? Gizelle brought her claim that she doesn't like Wendy being condescending when she's upset with somebody. And Wendy's response is, I do not like the fact that you tried to police my reaction to you starting mess. And just Wendy's expected to receive. She said, okay, I received that. Wendy now responds and says, I don't like the fact that you try to alienate people. Gizelle's response is, if I don't like you, I'm not going to speak to you. Where's the accountability? Where is the accountability?
If I do have an issue with you moving forward, which hopefully I won't, but if I do, I will tell you what it is.
And tell me in the moment.
In the moment, yes.
Yeah,
okay,
don't
I'll
wait.
tell you in the moment. Okay, that's fair. This is the best conversation me and Wendy have ever had. I thought that we were not going to be besties, but just be better. We might be a little bestie-ish.
I don't know if we'll be besties now.
Boom chakalaka.
I'm interested to see if the people on Twitter, social media, wherever, because everybody was saying, oh, Wendy has always wanted to be friends with Gizelle. Wendy has always wanted to be friends with Gizelle. But now it's Gizelle saying, I feel like we can be besties. Which obviously we know that's not true, right? But Gizelle's saying, I feel like we can be besties. Are people saying that I feel like Gizelle wants to be friends with Wendy? Gizelle's so desperate to be friends with Wendy? Where's that chitter chatter? All of a sudden everybody's mute. All of a sudden everyone's trying to keep it cute. What happened to the chitter chatter? What happened? Ay, ay, ay. This conversation is annoying. I think that they could have skipped this whole thing if production wasn't going to show the entire conversation, because Wendy did tweet out that the conversation was actually 2 hours long, and she brought up everything and did not get her foot off of Gizelle's neck. I don't know why they did not show that. Why didn't they show it? Why? What is the protection? Why are you trying to protect this woman? Why? Why is she not allowed to be accountable to her actions? Why? I want to know. Who's this production company for this this franchise, this city? They gotta go, because what is this? Who is the production company for Potomac? Please, they got to go. Give them the pink slip. They got to go. This is horrible. Next. What's the next city, child? Let's go to Salt Lake City, because I like them better. I like them way better. Okay, so let's watch Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And child, this is their first sit down. The end of episode 1 was nuts. It was chaotic. It was unhinged. It was left, right, and center. It was entertainment. These Salt Lake City girls have been giving. They have been giving, and they are not letting up. So let's watch this scene where, I don't know, fights are happening left, right, and center. Whitney's having a fight with Lisa, Heather, Meredith. Angie's having a fight with Lisa, Heather, Meredith. Meredith is fighting with Lisa, Heather, Meredith. Everybody's fighting with each other. It's a chaotic mess. So let's watch this scene and let's talk about it.
I need some lip gloss.
Don't bring out the scroll. No. Hide that. Put that thing back in that designer purse.
Look, when you get mileage, you need notes on a bigger piece of paper.
I think that was a bad foot to start off on, honestly.
No, it was a response. You told me she wanted an apology, and so do I.
I already apologized to you multiple times, Angie. I'm not engaging with you.
Go ahead and ignore me. It's easier to do that.
I don't know what's going on. Are you talking about the scroll? Yeah, we're talking about the scroll.
Listen, she turns away because she's guilty.
You resolved it.
I never resolved her telling someone to take my house. Is that cool? I have a daughter. You don't do that to a family.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Meredith, don't try and downplay it.
What did I do, Angie?
Telling people you should sue her and take her house.
I didn't tell her to take your house. That is absurd.
You did.
We are so finished.
We are finished.
Just leave me alone.
You leave me alone.
You live your life, I'll live mine, and we will be peaceful and happy.
Live it.
I do.
In your rental.
Okay.
Ooh. Angie said, live it in your rental. What? There's something about Meredith Marks. The way that she talks, I don't know if it's her, let me just call it a natural cadence. There is something that irritates me. It gets on my nerves. Angie, I like her, and I think it's because of the Greek connection, because Jenny Castinilata. So I think that, that's probably why I like Angie. I don't know, I'm probably a little biased, but this whole Angie versus Meredith mess, honestly, it is very entertaining. So keep it up, y'all.
Can you just draw a line and say, we're going to start from here? We're not going to talk about the past stuff anymore. So can we just draw a line and keep going?
Yeah, I don't want anyone talking about my house.
Okay, but you're still talking about it.
Look, I own my home. I live in it.
So let's draw a line now?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it now.
You don't tell someone to sue someone for their house. Angie, just saying.
Okay.
I don't want a renter talking about my home that I own anymore.
Okay, so from here, drawing a line means we don't go back.
Just trying to make it clear. It's up. Yes, it is.
I don't think people understand Angie and the power that she has. Did you hear what she said? I don't want a renter talking about the home that I own. Whew! Did anyone catch that? That deserves a good sip. I don't want a renter talking about the home that I own. Catch that, T. Go ahead, Angie.
I am over it. Delicious. The risotto, the T-bone. It's filet.
And the filet.
You have the T-bone. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mary, are you vegan?
I try to be.
Okay, cool.
The dressing's already on it and everything. Okay, thank you so much. I just see that big piece of meat at Lisa's party living in my colon for like 9 months. You know, I think about my insides. It's like a plant. You can't lodge a piece of meat in your colon and think it's going to come out in a week.
Oh,
It's bone-in filet.
okay.
Nobody's thinking about their health.
So I'm going to do a toast. Let's hear it, Lisa.
This is for everybody.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Thank you, Lisa, for the amazing night.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Lisa, in your cheers outside, you brought up the podcast thing.
Yeah, we was.
So what's going on? Like, what? I feel like you have a problem with me and a podcast.
I do have a problem with you.
What's your problem with me?
Your podcast was not about you, it was about me.
Well, I think that you're self-absorbed, so you heard it was about yourself.
I think that when you learn how to take care of yourself, you'll understand that people that love themselves, like, take...
Heather. Did y'all hear that? Lisa and Whitney are having a conversation. Here comes Heather. Finds the first thing that she can rebuttal and say, Whitney, that's uncool, just to show her loyalty to Lisa. Heather, are we still doing this? You are in your 5th season as a housewife. Are we still doing this? Heather. Oh, I'm disappointed. Oh, I'm so disappointed. You are in your 5th season. You are supposed to be the rising star of this season. You're supposed to redeem yourself from being up Jen's butthole for 4 seasons. Or 3. Heather. And now we are finding our way up Lisa's butthole? Oh, Heather. Oh, I'm so disappointed.
care of themselves. That's part of self-love.
Yeah, I do that
And with
too.
your healing journey, you'd think you'd know that by now.
I do know that by now, but can you tell me?
See, Lisa would have laid her out if she had said, and you and your healing journey, you should know that by now. If she had mocked Whitney in that moment, I would have tens across the board, tens. But she didn't. So you missed a moment, Lisa. You missed a good shady moment there.
What part of the podcast you're upset about?
Oh my gosh, where do we start?
Because that podcast was 2 hours long. I didn't talk about you for 2 hours.
Well, you talked about me enough. Do you want to say you're sorry?
Well, I need
You could
to
leave
know
with
what
an
offended
apology.
you. What,
If you're
what
gonna
did I
lie
say?
about me, expect me to tell the truth about myself.
I am not a liar. What did I lie about?
That line sounds very familiar. If you're going to lie about me, expect me to tell the truth, either about you or about myself. So that sounds, I don't know which housewife has said that before, but somebody has said that, and that sounds very familiar. Lisa, you got to come harder than this.
You went on a podcast and bashed me.
You're upset that I didn't speak.
You lied about me. You lied about me to disparage my character. That bothered me.
I have not lied. What, Lisa? My experience isn't a lie. That's not lying. That's my experience of you. It's hard for Lisa to hear from her friends when they disagree with her. The idea that Lisa's calling me a liar over how I feel is narcissist 101. You can't tell someone that they're lying about their feelings. It's like me saying to Lisa, Diet Coke isn't the best. You're lying. Diet Coke is not the best. Diet Pepsi is the best.
Do you know that these Salt Lake City women are so unserious? They are so unserious because this is a legitimate argument right now. This is so legitimate for them. They are so unserious, and that's why they are rising to the top. I'm sorry. They are rising very quickly to the top. Potomac, you guys better watch out because Salt Lake City is coming for your spot. They are coming for your spot. Watch out.
You f***ing liar. I think that if I don't kiss...
I think another thing, too, is like, it's very hard to take Whitney seriously. I know she can't control this. It's not her fault. But her voice is so high-pitched that it's so hard to take her seriously when she's upset. I'm sorry. I said it, but I'm so sorry.
Every part of your asshole, then I'm not a good enough friend for you. I have owned everything I've ever said about you, good or bad. You know what? You keep bringing it up. You brought it up. It was brought to me this week.
Wait. We're going to back up a minute. What did you hear that I said this week? What did you hear that I said this week?
What did I lie about? Let's start there.
No. Who told you, because it had to be you, or you, about the conversation we had? Who told you? Let's figure it out. Congratulations! Please tell me I'm your first visitor.
You are my first visitor.
I mean, this looks expensive. It's beautiful.
You want a drink?
Why not? I went on a little walk with Heather and Lisa.
Our two new little besties.
And Lisa went on to tell me about the fact that you did this podcast and that you were calling her a villain and that you were being negative about her.
And I stand by everything I said.
Yeah, that was your truth.
Who told you? Let's figure it out. You've been hearing things? Well, there's only two people I've talked to, and it's her and her. So who did you hear it from?
I'm not speaking till you listen to me, so we'll be in a standoff.
I said nothing to Whitney. Not a word. Did you tell Whitney about our conversation that you had with me and Heather?
Which part?
All of it. Well, clearly she did.
I talked to her about part of it, yeah.
Well, then, you know how I feel about this right now? I am isolated right now because I have no one to talk to.
You
because you're going to go run your mouth and not
she said plenty.
It's not about who says plenty. It's about you repeating what I said. Don't do that to me.
I told her.
Are you involved in this? Because you want to be involved in this? You want to be involved in this?
Oh, Lisa's standing up.
No, do you want to be involved in this?
I don't. That's why I said you
Well,
need
then
to touch
stop
her.
talking.
And I said you
Then
need to
zip
touch
it
her.
right now,
I was
right? Like, why is
very
she
calm and
talking?
kind in the middle of it all, and I
Why
said
are you
you need
talking
to touch.
through this?
Why am I talking? Because you vented to me.
That, and she lied about me, and you know it.
What did I
I have
lie
your back.
about?
You can have mine right now. Listen, it's isolating to feel like in a friendship, you can't be 100% who you are with your friend because they're not going to keep it in confidence. And it saddens me because I've been an amazing friend. I had Angie's back vehemently last year, and now I feel like she's more loyal to Whitney than me.
I know you both, and I think Lisa doesn't want to be wrong. I know you and I
Wait, what
love
are you talking about? I don't care about being wrong. I don't want to be lied about. Don't lie about me. You lie about me, you lie about her, you lie about her. And you said I slept with somebody I didn't sleep with.
Whoa. Why is Lisa throwing... Hold up. Hey, yo, what is happening? What is going on? Why is Lisa Barlow throwing glasses? Has it reached that point? Has it reached the point where we are throwing glasses now? What's going on? What's happening? I don't think it's that serious, Lisa Barlow. And I love me some Lisa Barlow. I don't think it's that serious.
rumored that one of your business partners that has the jazz tickets that you've been involved with.
Are you crazy?
I'm not crazy. I'm
Oh my God.
And I took it back and I said I'm sorry.
Which is true.
I have not done anything besides calling you a villain, which I stand by.
I will be your villain, bitch. Like, you are game on.
I'm not asking you to be a villain.
Whoo, she said, I will be your villain. I will be your villain. You want a villain? I got you on the villain. Woo.
I love Whitney, but this is what drives me crazy. She spins the truth so it fits her own narrative where she can do no wrong.
Name one thing I lied about.
I've seen Whitney do this time and again, and it's incredibly frustrating.
You lied about me in the past. I didn't lie about getting
Approval. You did. You lied about that.
I gave you full approval. I read you every goddamn word.
That is a different conversation.
You accused me of lying about my father's memorial.
No, that wasn't me. I got caught up in there.
Excuse me? That was the most hurtful thing a friend has ever done.
Oh, here goes Meredith. Meredith really be trying to make her moment. She really be trying to make her moment. And then Heather was just waiting. Heather is just waiting because as soon as they clinked her up, she was waiting for her next. Heather just be waiting for the person that's going to lead her next. She honestly, at this point, I truly do believe, like, from what I see on TV, I'm sure she's a great person in real life. I don't know her personally, so I don't know. But from what I see on TV, it just really looks like Heather is looking for who will lead her next. She needs to be a follower. She has to follow. She has to. That's what I see with Heather.
Material. Yes, you have accused Mary of running a cult and being a predator.
No.
And you guys are all ganging up. You guys are ganging up.
You have accused everyone in our core group of having affairs.
Stop! Chase me out of the bar. When we were in New York, I wanted to address this. You ignited my vagina!
You resolved the one issue you do, and that's how I feel. It's twisted around. It's like she has about every single one.
No one can ever have step to that way.
That was a f***ing lie, which makes you a liar.
Yeah, I'm with the other women.
Choosing to pick on me. Are y'all like
It's a lot.
You do it over and over, and then there's an excuse.
It's a lot.
You
Y'all
like, you guys are kind of like, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It feels like a lot.
Like Lisa, I would love to take accountability.
Like, let's just also, it just really feels like, the thing is too, like, Whitney, she be, right? But it just really feels a lot, like, this is a conversation between Whitney and Lisa. But it just really feels like Heather and Meredith are really waiting for their moment because they can't have their own. They cannot have their own. They have to use Lisa's. So it's giving that Lisa is the star of this show. That's what it's giving because Meredith and Heather cannot have their own moment to confront Whitney about what it is that they need to confront her about without having it be through Lisa's moment. I'm so disappointed because you guys are supposed to be OGs. Goodbye. Go sit down.
For something that I haven't already. They're bringing stuff up from years ago.
You should take accountability for the podcast. You should. I gave you grace.
But I don't understand what your grace looks like.
My grace?
Yeah, because in my other relationships, your grace doesn't look the same. So I need to understand what
my
your grace looks like.
Well, I feel like in your healing journey, you feel like you're morally superior to all of us in this weird way where you're chastising us and telling us how we should be. I'm just being me. And if you like me and you're my friend, you'll accept me for being me. But I'm not on the same journey as you. We're not on the same journey.
Well, maybe you should be.
So I don't need to explain my grace to you.
She doesn't have to act like you to be okay.
Yes,
But
I don't.
now she's weaponizing my trauma against me.
I would never do that. I would never do that. But when you say
You
it,
just weaponized my trauma against me.
I've never done that.
In text messages, you said keep healing Whit.
You need to keep healing because you won't stop and you're doing the same thing.
You want to meet the healed Whitney?
Yeah.
You, Lisa Barlow.
Then you can leave. Bye. There's the door. You can leave my party.
Bye. No, I'm done with this. I'm done.
You can leave.
I'm going home to my
Whitney, I heard that. Whitney, I heard it loud and clear. We have, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We have met the healed Whitney. Here she is, folks. She said, F you. That is the healed Whitney. All right now. I heard that, Whitney.
Beautiful house and my children.
You say whatever you want about that, we defend it. Angie, holy she just said you at my party. Like, why would I want her to stay? Why would I want her to stay?
I will not be called a liar, and I will not allow you to throw my trauma in my face as a weapon. You want to use my healing journey? This is healed Whitney. I'm strong. I can stand up for myself. I don't need you.
But you can't use your trauma to treat us like you can't do that. So if you need to leave, go leave. That was so manipulative. Angie can leave with her because she clearly was involved in this. Angie is like my girl. Angie's Whitney's girl.
Well, she's not, obviously.
You misread that one, honey.
Oh my goodness. These women are unhinged. Salt Lake City has always been unhinged. Unhinged. I am just so interested in these dynamic shifts. I think this is madness. Heather and Meredith, honestly, we can do without them. Whatever. But what I think is the funniest part of Salt Lake City is that they quite literally argue like 5-year-olds. Whitney is standing there saying, you are not going to do this, and you're not going to do that, and you're not going to do this. This is the healed me. This is how these women argue. They argue like legitimate, like 5-year-olds. That's Salt Lake City for you. But hey, we love to see it. Anyways, that's it. That's all. I know I said I was going to do Roni, but right now I am tired. So I will do Roni another time. So thank you all so much for listening. If you have come this far, let me know what show you would like to see a reaction from. And make sure you follow us on all social platforms. On Instagram and TikTok, we are at realiTEACheckpodcast. On Twitter, we are realiTEACheck_P. And then please make sure that you have liked us, you have shared, you have subscribed on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, my friends. Please, please, please. Thank you all so much. We love you. Thank you for listening. And have a great